It is 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, and it has been an active morning across North Georgia. A large, dangerous tornado, violent tornado touched down in Troup County, southern Troup County, south of LaGrange, and tracked into Meriwether County as well. We have several crews that are out there gathering information, getting firsthand account from people down there in Troup County on what they heard, what they saw, and what they're left with in the aftermath. And photos this morning coming in, our first photos show some of the hardest hit areas were in West Point, right along West Point Road. These photos you notice here, trees down, structures that are crumbled underneath the weight of those trees. And there's one area in particular right around that West Point Road. You see right here, houses are flattened. There's hardly trees that are left there. So it's a very chaotic scene in Troup County right now. Troup County is asking, officials are asking you if you're in that area to stay off the roads. And if you are needing assistance in the aftermath of the tornado, there is a shelter open. The American Red Cross has opened a shelter, and that is open right now for people who need it. All right, so there's a lot of damage down there. I want to kind of give you a baseline of what we know right now. The tornado moved through right around 7 o'clock this morning. We had a confirmation, debris spotted on radar, that there was a tornado on the ground. And shortly after that, starting to hear rumblings from Troup County of the damage, of homes that were hit very hard. And a lot of that, again, was in southern Troup County, not far from West Point, not in LaGrange itself, but south of the city of LaGrange. There were trees that were down near the Kia plant right along I-85. I-85, I-185, both of those interstates were briefly shut down because there were trees on top of the roadway. And this is an image from LaGrange right now where we've still been seeing a lot of rain that's on the roads. Now in Meriwether County, we also had tornado damage. And in fact, some of that tornado damage happening at the Wild Animal Safari Park where 2 tigers got on the loose. We have heard from Troup County sheriffs that one of those tigers was captured, but they're telling people still down in Meriwether County, north of Pine Mountain, Georgia, north of Callaway Gardens, where that tornado hit, that Wild Animal Safari Park did sustain damage. There is still 1 tiger unaccounted for in the park, so they're asking you to stay off the roadways. Meanwhile, in West Point, 2 injuries and another injury that has been reported and is being reported right now. Those are being treated at the Wellstar Hospital down in Troup County. So it is a bit of a chaotic scene right now, and the images that you just saw, those are just our first images. And tonight on 11 Live News at 11, our team has been out there this morning, and they're going to be gathering more information of what people heard and saw there. I want to update you, though, on where we stand weather-wise, because we're not done with storms yet. In fact, things are really active out there. Let me show you our current watches, and we don't have any warnings at the moment. But we have in this orange color, this is a severe thunderstorm watch, which is going to run until 1 o'clock today. So that's south of Athens, and then, well, including Athens. And then we have a tornado watch that is also in effect until 1 o'clock. And that does still include Troup County, Meriwether County, Pike, Lamar, Upson, and out towards Jackson County as well. So that is the current situation right now in terms of our severe weather threats, but it's really not a severe threat at this point, is the main concern. The heavy rain is the main concern. Look at this just area, huge area where we have rain inundating the same spots over and over again. There's a front that is stalled, I'll draw it here on you, right about here, okay? And these areas of heavy rain, embedded thunderstorms, are training along and just north of that front. So what does training mean? It means the areas are like trains, cars running on a train tracks. They are all going over the same areas over and over and over again. And that puts us in a situation where some places have gotten just enormous amounts of rainfall in a matter of 3 or 4 hours. I put up here the radar estimates for rainfall, and I'll zoom into some of these in Pike and Lamar counties, Barnesville area, not far from Concord. Let me query some of these so you can see just how much rain we've gotten. Some areas estimated 5 inches of rain right there. Meriwether County, about 3 to 4 inches of rain. Let me take this further west so we can look at some of the rainfall totals in Troup County, where that tornado touched down earlier. And the heaviest rain rates and totals rather have been over 3 inches there as well in Troup County and Meriwether counties. So there are several flash flood warnings in effect and a flood watch, which is going to run until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for that potential for heavy rainfall. So we transition a little bit away from the severe threat at the moment, but the flooding threat is that much more significant. I want to tell you some roads though in Upson County to avoid. There have been several roads that have been washed out due to the heavy rainfall. Those roads include, let's see if I can get them up here, Crest Highway closed due to flooding. That's in the Upson County, Pike County line. Turner Lake Road washed out as well near McCrary Road. And then we also have flash flooding in Jones Road. That road is washed out as well in Upson County. So a lot of flooding damage. Wooden Bridge Road in Molina in Upson County is completely underwater. So the severe thunderstorm, the tornado risk areas, those are going to be kind of weakening or lowering for us, but the flooding risk is going to stay very real for us. Let me show you the forecast track hour by hour. And we do have the areas of heavy rain, thunderstorms right on top of us. Now, the next couple of hours for us, we'll likely see some of that radar lightening up a bit on the north side of the metro. But I want to show you by 4:30 how if we get some breaks in that rain, we can have additional storms pivot in, and any storm that pops up later on today could potentially become strong or severe again. So that's something that we're watching. As we head into the evening and overnight, that boundary, that front that's stalled on top of us, might try to lift a little bit further north again, and that could bring a better widespread picture to the rain as we head into the overnight. First thing tomorrow morning for your Monday morning commute, more areas getting in on that heavy rainfall as the front is draped on top of us, but models have been trending in a good way for tomorrow afternoon, showing some drier air starting to move in behind the front, and that would take the rain picture out of here. Let me show you the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, still having that level 1 threat of severe weather on top of the metro, level 2 threat in areas south. And that level 2 threat, again, is for the potential for damaging winds. Hail. We had some huge hail amounts this morning, and also the isolated tornado threat. And in fact, speaking of hail, I want to show you some photos from earlier today. Our 11 Alive viewers have been sending in photos, and that hail threat was the greatest between about 4 o'clock this morning and 7 o'clock before we really started to see the heavy rainfall picking up. Ansley took a bunch of photos from Meansville down in Pike County, and wow, you see these hailstones? That's 1.5 inches in diameter. That one on the left almost looks closer to 1.75 inches, but it was about ping pong ball size hail that fell there, between ping pong ball size and golf ball size hail. Another hail photo coming in from one of our 11 Alive storm trackers, Kelly in Molina. And this hail, a little bit smaller, about $half size hail. Also another photo from LaGrange. And although LaGrange itself did not sustain tornado damage, they did get a lot of big hail from these storms that moved through. So again, just kind of recapping as we take a picture, a live picture from LaGrange in Troup County. Tornado touched down this morning just before 7 o'clock, and that tornado moved through southern Troup County into southern Meriwether County, and there are people that need your thoughts, and if you're a religious person, need your prayers today. There are homes, if we can show those videos and photos again, Brian, in the control room, photos where you don't see the houses left standing. Trees are really broken in half and snapped, and this is something the National Weather Service will start to survey in terms of the damage as we get into tomorrow. They're probably likely too busy today with all of the storms that are ongoing. But that is what we are left with in southern Troup County. So 2 people being treated right now at the hospital. A third is on their way in. And we have multiple crews that are down there in Troup and Meriwether counties that are going to be out there talking to people who experience this tornado firsthand and really get some accounts of the damage. Right now, look there, more trees down right there in Troup County. Right now, we transition to more of a flooding threat. We did have many trees on top of the road on I-85 and I-185. We have not heard yet if those lanes are completely back open again, but we do know that just into our newsroom, Brian Kemp, Our governor has issued a state of emergency this helps us get and release resources to help with tornado aid down in those areas hardest hit. And this actually comes almost 2 years to the day since we had an EF4 tornado, our last EF4 tornado touched down in Newnan, Coweta County in the area of Newnan. So again, southern Troup County, southern Meriwether County hit very badly by a tornado this morning. But as of this point, the tornado threat is really winding down for us at the moment. Flooding, that is our biggest threat to go from here as we work our way into the afternoon. Our teams are gathering more resources. There's a news conference that's going to be taking place here shortly down in Troup County. We hope to learn more information there. And again, state of emergency issued by Governor Brian Kemp. Troup and Meriwether counties hit by a tornado first thing this morning. We'll have more on 11 Alive Plus and 11alive.com throughout the day today.